Let me quickly bring out the slide. So today we're looking at brokers and leverage. So we're looking at brokers and leverage, and we're looking at spread. I repeat, we're looking at brokers and leverage, and we're looking at spread. So let's quickly go down to what we have today and listen to what I have to say. So when I say broker, what is the meaning of a broker? So a broker, a retail bank, or brokers and retail banks that makes it possible for retail traders to access the forex market. So in a layman understanding, brokers are middlemen between you as a trader on the retail end to what? So brokers are the retail banks that gives you access to you as a retail trader to access the financial market. So I take it again. Brokers are middlemen between the retail traders and the financial markets. I take it again. Brokers are middlemen between the retail traders and the what? The financial market. So the broker stands as the middle person and gives you the buying price and the selling price for you to be able to what? Trade on the what? The forex market. Now, they stand as I'm still reading what I have on my slide. They stand as middlemen between the financial institutional banks and the retail traders. Another thing a broker does is that they give the retail traders the buying prices and the selling prices directly from what? The institutional bank. So every prices you see on the forex market, because before you trade forex as a retail trader, you need to pass through a broker. You can't access the financial market as a retail trader without a broker. So Blackridge Capital Market is your broker, the preferred broker our academy use. And without Blackridge, you cannot trade. There are tons of brokers. We have the likes of XNET, the likes of Hot Forex. That's why it's so important for you as a trader to be able to, for you as a trader to use the preferred broker your academy or that hub you're learning forex from is using, because there are scam brokers everywhere. So that is where Blackridge Capital comes into the picture, and that is a broker. So with Blackridge Capital, you can access the forex market. You can access the forex market. So they give you the buying and selling price directly from the what? The financial institutional bank or the financial market, which is the forex market. Think about it in this way. I've worked in a brokerage company before, or a brokerage bank before. I'll call it the brokerage bank. Now, think about it. Think about a broker like this. You have the likes of Access Bank, First Bank, Zenith Bank, Fidelity Bank, and all. For you to actually get Naira, you need to pass through the what? These banks. You operate on these banks. Now, these banks that I just mentioned in Nigeria goes direct to what? The central bank to get Naira. As a retail trader, you can go as a retail person, you can go direct to the central bank to do business, because what? You need to pass through the likes of Access Bank, the First Bank, to get the Naira. So that is where we get our Naira. But where First Bank gets their Naira or does their operations are direct to what? The central bank. So think about it this way. When I say financial institutional banks, or directly from the financial institutional market, I'm just trying to relate your idea to, because the central banks are in charge of the what? These currencies. So we can actually get to the central banks without a bank. I would say a local bank, right? So a brokerage company or a broker stands as a middleman for us to access the financial banks or the financial markets. Another thing these brokers does for retail traders, they let the retail traders to leverage on them so that they can access the financial market. It therefore means that before, retail traders cannot trade forex because of what? The funds they had. They cannot trade forex because they had low funds. So the help of broker helps a retail trader to both assess the financial market. So this takes us to what leverage is. Now I can explain leverage with one simple emphasis. Leverage, more like a layman term, is the use of a borrowed funds to increase one's trading position beyond what will be available from their cash balance alone. So leverage is more like, if you look into the definition of leverage. So for instance, you are willing to, you want to do something and you don't have the possible means to do it. Let's say NK wants to get something but she don't have the availability to get what she's looking for. So Charles came to like give her a certain support to make her have that availability for her to assess what she wants to assess. Now, what happens in that situation is that NK leveraged on what? On Charles to get that thing, or to have access, or to have the availability on that thing she wants. So now, how can we understand this leverage? So how does this thing happen? Before we proceed to understand this, we need to look into types of leverages. Now, every broker will ask you what leverage do you want to use, and you will see the different types. Some brokers have 1:1 unlimited. So there are types of these leverages. So let's understand how this leverage works and the types. But before we understand how these leverages work, we need to know the types. So I gave us just few because there are more. I gave us 1:25, 1:100, 1:200, 1:500, and 1:1000. But what does this leverage really stand for? What is 1:25? What is 1:100? What is 1:200? What is 1:500? What is 1:1000? What is 1:10,000? Because some brokers have that. So what is this 1:1000? Now, the next statement I said is, there is no recommended best leverage to use. Only depends on the trader's account, which is your balance, or the strategy you have. Now, let's say that is where we start understanding how this leverage works. Let's say we use a leverage of 1:100. I repeat, we use a leverage of 1:100. So what does this 1:100 means, or 1:25? So I'll explain with this 1:100 and it will be very clear. Imagine Mr. NK, I said Mr. NK, sorry, Miss NK. Miss NK deposited $100 to a broker. Now, Blackridge is the broker. So she deposited $100. She wants to start trading with a minimum, with the money she has as available to her is $100. But normally she can't use that $100 to trade the forex market. But how can she trade the forex market? It's through the help of leverage. So Miss NK deposited $100 to Blackridge Capital or any broker of her choice. Now she has a $100 balance sitting down on her on her trading account. So she now said, okay, I will use 1:100 or let me say 1:100. That's what I'm talking about. So she's using 1:100 as leverage. So what does this 1:100 really means? So this means that at every $1 in NK's $100 is signifying $100. I take it again. At every $1 in NK's $100 At every $1 in a case $100 is signifying that it is equal to $100. Every one inside 100 is equal to 100. So if you're even using, let's say it's Miss Enki to make it on for Mr. Charles. Let me use Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles deposited $50 in his trading account to a broker, and he's using 1:100. It means that $25 and he's using 1:100. It means you deposit $50, you use the leverage of ratio is 25. That means that is the highest volume you can percent on your trading. That's why the higher level you use, the higher volume you can take. Because you can now take higher volumes. And when you take higher volumes, no, your 1% can easily blow your account because you're taking a risk of 1%. The broker is supporting you with 99%. Not like the brokers lose, but that's automatically what happens. So they're giving you leverage to be able to access the financial market. But it's on your capital of $50 you're trading with. The only leverage benefit is that you can use that to take trades or to access the financial market. That is the only benefit of the leverage. So that is why we can trade with our low money, with our low funds.